Feelings in Bloom Part 1, an Adrien fanfiction based on the Miraculous Ladybug series. Hey Adrien, I'm on the way. I'll be at your house in 15 minutes. It was a text from Marinette. It was 2 in the afternoon and Adrien was getting ready for his photo shoot to which he had invited her. After that day at the lockers, he hadn't had the chance to ask his father if he could bring someone along up until now. It was still a mystery how he had agreed to this, but it was settled. Marinette was going to go with him to the photo shoot, and he was really looking forward to it. Today was going to be fun. Sounds good. I'll see you then. He finished off his text with a grinning emoji and sent it. There was some excitement building inside him. This was the first time that he was inviting a friend to one of these, and Marinette was an amazing one. She understood him in a way that no one, not even Nino, did. Her presence was comforting, and having her around might just make today one of the better days he's had. Adrien then sat down to finish up what was left of his chemistry homework and was just about done with it when there was a knock on the door. Adrien, can I come in? He shot out of his seat and jogged to the door, opening it to find Marinette in a cute, rosy, knee-length dress and her hair down. This wasn't her normal go-to outfit, but she looked really pretty. The way her shoulder-length hair curled around at the ends, and the spaghetti straps on her dress highlighted her shoulders and collarbone. She stood there smiling at him, and for just a moment, Adrien didn't know what he was doing. Adrien, you okay? Her voice brought his senses back. Yeah. Sorry, come on in, he said, trying to keep his embarrassment hidden. He could feel his cheeks slightly burning up, but he didn't know why. It was the embarrassment, wasn't it? Wow, your room never ceases to amaze me, even after seeing it a bunch of times. Her voice slightly reverbed around the massive room. Thanks. It does have a lot in it, but sometimes some company is enough to overshadow all of it. Like, just that one person can make all this unnecessary, you know? Her eyes met his. She held his gaze for but a moment and nodded. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. She stepped forward. One person is enough for you to forget that you have nothing or everything because of how much more valuable they are to you. Yeah, exactly that. He couldn't help but smile. She always knew, didn't she? How lucky was he to get a friend like this? Someone who knew exactly what he meant. Someone who knew exactly what to say. Someone who made things so much better for him. So, what time do we leave for the photo shoot? Marinette said, clinging onto her purse strap. Natalie will come get us in... He pulled out his phone and the screen lit up. 10 minutes? We'll be leaving in 10 minutes. Marinette looked away, twiddling her thumbs and tapping her foot. Was she nervous? This was her first time seeing one of these live, huh? He noticed her lips in a slight pout and her shoulders slumped, hands desperately trying not to cross over her chest. Adrien leaned in. Don't worry, Marinette. It's going to be fine. I understand that this is your first time seeing the behind the scenes of a photo shoot, but you don't have to worry. Besides, he took a step back and scanned her top to bottom. Your look is very pretty and well thought out today. You may as well be my designer. She blushed and giggled. It was contagious, obviously, so he did the same, rosy cheeks and all. That's very sweet of you to say, Adrien. Thanks. The way her eyes lit up with her grin tugged at him. It was nostalgic. Her eyes reminded him of his mother's. Her kind, beautiful eyes had their way of bringing out any bit of happiness he had in him, despite the negative feelings he'd show. Marinette somehow did just that. No problem," he said, gesturing to the sofa. "Here, take a seat." She sat down, toes pointing to each other and her purse on her lap. He couldn't help but stare. Of course, he'd seen her many times, but not like this. Something felt a little different. Something was pulling at his heartstrings, and he didn't know how to stop. Her eyelashes fluttering like butterfly wings when she blinked, her lips slightly parted, her hands gently placed one on top of the other, seeming to be as soft as... "No, snap out of it. This isn't you. Marinette's just a friend. Can friends really admire each other like that?" "Why are you standing?" she said as she patted the space next to her. Adrien obliged and sat down. Close. Maybe a little too close? Her dress fanned out on the seat was the only space between them. There was a silence. What could he say? Keeping quiet until Natalie showed up was not an option. "So, I've been meaning to ask, what got you into fashion?" "Oh, wow, I didn't expect you to ask that," she said, giggling. "Well, I've always loved clothes, but ever since I saw the works of Gabriel Agreste, I knew what I wanted to do." Her response was not what he was expecting. "My father inspired you?" he said, his expression warping to confusion and amusement. "Yeah, his work is just extraordinary." He knew he'd asked the right question as she went on and on about her love for his father's technique and vision when it came to design. Her shoulders were straightened and her posture emitted confidence and passion. There was a glow in her aura that he hadn't seen before. No wonder she was nervous about today. He listened to her endless rambling. She could sometimes be the clumsiest person and other times be a confident, motivated, passionate person who knew her way around her life. Huh, that sounded familiar. A knock then broke him out of his trance and Natalie entered the room. "Adrien, it's time to go now," she said, monotonous and emotionless as always, and exited the room. "Sorry about that. I just talked your ear off, didn't I? I really didn't mean to..." No, you didn't. I enjoyed what you had to say, actually. Thanks," he said, placing a hand on her shoulder. "I now know more about you." She turned crimson. Uh-oh. Was that too much to say? Did he scare her? He hoped not. "All right, we better go, right? Wouldn't want to keep Natalie waiting." "Yeah, let's go." She stood up and scurried across the room towards the exit and looked back. "You coming?" "Yeah, I'll catch up." She left and Adrien let out a long sigh. "Don't mess anything up, Adrien. You'll be fine." Thank you so much for listening. This was the first half of an Adrienette fanfiction. If you liked the video, do give it a thumbs up and comment down below your thoughts and suggestions. I'd also like to thank you guys so much for all your support through the likes and comments on my videos so far. The second part will be out very soon, so if you'd like to stay tuned, subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. Until the next time.